Good afternoon. Sorry I didn't post on here this morning. We are doing makeup and ministry with Kimberly. Today I'm going to mix up my makeup and the way I do things just a little bit. So bear with me. Today, as you can see, I have some acne, some hormonal acne. I had a hysterectomy back in 2012 due to severe endometriosis, and I have to wear an estrogen patch. Sorry if TMI. And ever since I started wearing that, I have been breaking out all over my face, and but it seems like it's the only way to get the hormones that I need. So anyway, what I'm starting out with is the Mary Kay Clear Proof System. This is the salicylic acid toner that I use on my face. So I'm just gonna rub that in. I really like the Mary Kay system. Okay, that should do it. And dry my face a little bit. I just want to let you ladies know you are all beautiful. You are all important. You all belong to Jesus. I wish you knew how much he loves you. You don't have to hide anymore. You don't have to put on airs and act sexy and beautiful for men, for other women in comparison to them. It's not a competition. This is the Clear Proof spot treatment. As you see, I have some spots of pimples on my face. So I just put that on. If anybody knows any acne cures that are really good, that are all natural, please let me know. This is just preventive over here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to put on is my Il Maquillage green stuff. It will help hide the redness on my face and the dark circles. I've decided I really like to put this on before I use my foundation. Anyway, ladies, you are beautiful. You have nothing to hide. You are the daughter of a king. Stuff goes on so smooth. I really like it. You can wear it alone or under foundation. I wore it under foundation yesterday with the Bare Minerals. And my foundation went on so smooth and looked so good when I was done. Okay, I think that about does it. Probably used too much. Okay, I'm just going to leave that for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes. Today I'm using the Love for Sale palette by Lady Gaga. As you know, I like her makeup products. So for my base, I'm going to use this color. It's called Do I Love You. This is based on her jazz album with Tony Bennett. And I really, really like that album. I'm going to actually look in the mirror while I'm doing this. It's easier. I like this because it doesn't crumble as much. I put on my foundation and everything and it doesn't crumble. Speaking of crumbling, the worst time of my life that made me crumble was when I found out I had cancer. That's the lowest point I've ever been in my life. I crumbled. Okay. Next color, let's see, I have to have an eye crease color. So I'm going to go with So in Love, this color. And the doctor told me that I had cancer on the phone while I was in a pizzeria after Bible school with some other kids. And I knew when the phone rang and it was the doctor, that when the doctor calls you, it's really bad news. Because doctors don't usually call unless there's something up. So he told me that my biopsy results had come back, and he was surprised that they came back so quickly. But that I had cancer. And I completely had a meltdown. Completely. And the owner of the restaurant held me and I cried on her neck. So what are my parents gonna think? What are my parents gonna think? That was one of the hardest times of my life. And that night, okay, let's see. I'm going to do the You're the Top. This is that color right there. Kind of a sunny color. And so, I was devastated, absolutely devastated. And so, actually, you know what? I'm going to do Love for Sale and then do Over the Top. I woke up the next morning at 4 o'clock. Spent time with the Lord. And He specifically told me the cancer has not spread, and you will not die of cancer. And that was the most comforting thing to me. And I stood on that word from God, and 2 days later, the doctor's nurse called me. She was absolutely ecstatic. She said, Kimberly, the cancer didn't spread. The cancer didn't spread. And I was just so happy. She was so happy. And I knew already what God had told me. And it was absolutely amazing. I was just so happy. And it was just so amazing. But that moment when I was at 4 o'clock in the morning and I got up, I was completely crumbled. I was completely broken. And I didn't know what to do. I was at my lowest point that I've ever been in my life. And God took that lowest point and He poured out His love and His Spirit for me. and he talked to me, and he soothed me, and he took that horrible circumstance and he turned it around for good. And not to say I didn't have trials throughout that cancer experience, I had a really hard time. But it just goes to show, though, that God really, really, really loves his children. And he's with you. He's sitting in the dirt with you. He is crying with you. He is sick with you. He is with you at all times. Okay? So just know that. Okay, today now I'm going to... What am I going to do next? I'm going to go ahead today and I'm going to put on eyeliner. Actually, I'm just going to do mascara today. That's concealer. Here it is. This is called Glossier. Got this at Sephora. What I like about Sephora is that all their products are clean, which means they're very, very hypoallergenic. And I am very sensitive to makeup. That's why I like Lady Gaga's brand so much, because it's so hypoallergenic and clean. That's why they sell it at Sephora. Okay, other one's done. Now I'm going to do my concealer. I've heard that people with autism, especially women, do this thing called masking. And I've been through that too. Because I really truly believe that I am on the spectrum. When I was 3, I was a normal baby. Then when I was 3, I started freaking out over stuff. Like cars going by. Things like that. I was afraid of everything, screaming, crying. My parents didn't know what to do with me. Such horrible anxiety. So I learned coping mechanisms as I got older so I would fit in with everybody else. That's called masking. It happens a lot with women. And I don't know if you mask. It's not just people with autism. I'm going to put some concealer here on my pimples. I think masking kind of comes along with all of us women. We try to hide who we are to fit in. And I think that's really sad. Because God made us in his image and he made us to be ourselves, because he actually sat there, drew a painting and made us. Psalm 139 says, "You created my inmost being." The thoughts God has of us are more than the sand on the seashore. Okay, let's put on foundation next, my Bare Minerals. I think this color is a little too dark for me. Next time I'm going to buy something lighter. But when you're buying online, it's really hard to match your perfect color. Should have gone into the store. But with this green primer that I've been using, it really helps the makeup go on smooth. Okay, there's my foundation. And now let's do the bronzer and the blush. Now, this is another House Labs, and I'm going to use that today instead of my Laura Geller. I'm going to switch it up a bit. You notice I use the towel to clean my blush brush. So here is my bronzer. So anyway, you don't need to mask. You don't need to mask, because if people don't like who you are, that's their problem, not yours. I know it hurts your feelings when somebody rejects you. It hurts my feelings when somebody rejects me. But you know what I say? They're not just rejecting me. They're rejecting Jesus. Okay, then I'm using another color. This is Highlighting Blush by House Labs. I'm going to need to get more of these things soon. All right. And today I'm going to try, let's see if I can do this. Wish I had a lip brush. Maybe if I try this brush right here, this one, I can use it on my lips. This lipstick was my absolute favorite color, and it's out, so I'm going to use a brush, get it on. Okay, well, I'm done. That was Makeup with Kimberly for the day. I hope you liked it. Makeup and Ministry with Kimberly. Hope you liked it, and that you all have a blessed day. God bless you. I love you. Bye-bye.